Case has haunted her family for nearly 30 years, and now there's a fresh twist that has angered many. Joining me now, ex-cop missing persons expert and host of the Missing podcast, Many Karutas, with the latest.
So Hayley Dodd, 17-year-old Hayley Dodd, disappeared on the 29th of July 1999. Now, it's a case I've followed from the beginning. It's a case that disturbs me, and it became one of West Australia's most enduring and baffling mysteries for nearly 2 decades. Hayley was abducted while hitchhiking in Badgingarra, a wheatbelt town about 200 kilometres north of Perth in Western Australia. Now, the case went cold very quickly, and it would have remained cold if it wasn't for the relentless pursuit of justice by Hayley's mother, Margaret. She continuously pressured police to solve the case, and she continuously appeared in the media to keep the case alive. Now, a breakthrough occurred in 2013 when police conducted a review in preparation for a coronial inquest. A forensic scientist discovered an earring and a human hair embedded in a car seat cover that was taken from a borrowed ute a man named Francis John Walk was driving on the day that Hayley disappeared. Now, the earring matched a drawing done many years before by Hayley's best friend, Lisa Fredrickson, of earrings she had purchased just 2 days before she vanished. The human hair, when DNA examined, showed that it came from a child belonging to Margaret Dodd, Hayley's mother. Now, at the time of the review, Francis John Walk was in a Queensland prison serving 12 years for the violent rape of a 31-year-old woman. Walk had picked up the woman hitchhiking, taken her back to his property, where he subjected her to a long and prolonged attack over 6 hours. He bashed her, he tortured her, and he repeatedly raped her. Now, the woman only escaped when Walk left her tied to a bed and went into another room to have a rest. She managed to untie herself, and she ran from the house screaming for her life. Now, Walk is a vile, violent, sadistic rapist, and I put him in the same category as Ivan Milat. Both preyed on hitchhikers. Both men inflicted incredible suffering and cruelty on their victims. And like Milat, Walk is a coward because he targeted defenceless hitchhikers, females, who he could easily control and do whatever he wanted to. Now, during the review, police thought they had enough evidence, so they extradited Walk back to Western Australia in 2015. He was charged with abducting Hayley, with sexually assaulting Hayley, and with killing her and disposing of her body. And her body has never ever been found. Now, before a judge-only trial, Walk was found guilty in 2018 and sentenced to life in prison with a non-parole period of 21 years. Now, Walk appealed his conviction, and last Friday, West Australia's Court of Appeal overturned the conviction and ordered a retrial. Now, the Court of Appeal said that the judge erred by dismissing Walk's alibi that the time Hayley was abducted, that he was in the town of Moora conducting chores. Now, he refused to give evidence at his own trial. He just made a statement setting out his movements that day. Now, police went to Moora and they found no evidence to back up his story. So I don't understand why his story is believed. I mean, why you would believe anything that comes out of this guy's mouth? Now, I respect the judicial system and I respect the officers, but I think there's something inherently wrong with our system when a man like Walk can get a get-out-of-jail card. Now, as you can imagine, Hayley's family are completely devastated. And in a further blow to them, Walk, who has served his time for the rape in Queensland, his lawyer now says he will apply for bail. So Hayley's family are heartbroken, they're shattered, they don't understand what's going on, and their nightmare continues. Lisa, I spoke to Margaret Dodd on Monday. Now, on Friday when the decision was handed down, she made a very short statement to the media on the steps of the courthouse, but she's refused all other media requests to speak. But I spoke to her on Monday, and she's very, very upset. She sent me this statement, and it reads, "Hi, Manny. Our family have suffered for too long that when Hayley's killer was finally charged and brought to justice, we thought we could finally try and have some sort of life. Now, through some loophole, Walk will now put our family through the anguish of another long trial. Our hearts are shredded into a million pieces, and it seems like there is no such thing as justice for the victims. Sorry, this is just too painful. This is as much as I can do. Regards, Margaret Dodd."
Extraordinary stuff, Manny, and of course we will continue to keep an eye on this case during the coming weeks and months. Thanks for joining us tonight, Manny.